Well, they made it work for the period.
Yeah.
So, people. About 9,000. Like this. You know, Jim, I go many more fields.
But this all focus off.
Everything they got, yeah, everything they got. And they're like,
And
nice.
Yeah, it all focus off.
Can y'all see? Can y'all see there in TV land on Zoom?
Yes, we can. You can see your. I can see your fly.
Okay, perfect.
That's all that needs to be seen.
Yeah, that's what they were.
Yeah, it all focus off.
Can y'all see?
It's like sound.
Can y'all see there in TV land on Zoom?
Yes, we can. You can see your. I can see your fly.
Okay, so it's.
That's all that needs to be seen.
I've got a feedback here, so let's see if I can fix that.
You went and moved on.
Yeah, we got that.
It's muted.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, so it's here somewhere. Hang on, let me work on this. I'm gonna mute here, so it's. I've got a feedback here, so let's see.
Okay, so you got you got 3 mics.
Turn this one off. It's muted.
Yeah, so it's here somewhere.
Okay. But he's also got a mic on his laptop.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure where that's
Mic
at.
here. So you got mic.
Okay, where's the mic on the laptop?
In here.
That's volume. Turn this one off. It's muted.
Our 13.
That's had to do.
So.
Are y'all able to hear
We never had.
without feedback out there in TV land?
Yeah, I mean,
It's clear.
Sounds good.
Very clear audio and video.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
It's very clear.
Okay. Okay, I'm just.
They were.
All right, so we started recording.
No, I can't. Y'all ready?
I guess if we're all ready, I guess everybody's ready.
Let me see if there's anybody.
Yeah, see if anybody else will start it up.
And you miss the school bus, you know, put you in a cab. But it's safe.
We'll go all the way down.
We got 2 people, Anthony Falvu
Yeah.
and Stuart Robinette.
Robinette. Yeah.
I mean, there, he was going, right, still on the castles, all that. We went on school trips. You know, like flying, probably,
Now started.
All right, guys, y'all ready to get started?
Yes, sir. Good.
All right, for today's tie, it's gonna be a curly tail crystal booger. It's actually, I think I picked up the first one. I bought one at No Wake Outfitters, I guess a couple years back, and it was kind of a small one like this. And last year I caught, I guess, all my saltwater 4 saltwater species off my dock with that same fly. So I have not taken it into freshwater, but I'm sure it'll work. But they also have this this version which is on a jig hook. Let's see, there we go, jig hook, and they get fancier and fancier with them. And I understand they use them, I guess, with tube flies now, you know, and and this one actually has more plastic in it. You know, you get with the legs and the tail, so that's almost all plastic there. But that they use a lot of them actually even pike fishing. for them, and they make them. I mean, I looked up a while ago. I mean, there were 6-inch ones with tails on them, and they actually make them dragon tails, which will have 2 tails on them. So I mean, if it, I guess maybe for tarpon and things like that. I'm not sure. And there's a Italian guy that has a 2-piece thing to where you tie one piece on the tail on your fly, and then you tie another piece that's on your tail, and so you can interchange the tails. And it's actually more flexible, and I've seen them where they tie them with loops also. So just as a game changer with loops and extend the tail out a little further to make for more action out of it. But this is really just really simple, quick tie. So we'll start with in the fruit cups you have two different hook sizes with the first one is a Gamakatsu B10S. That's the larger one, and on it you'll have the medium bead chain eyes stainless. The tail is actually multiple different colored tails in the large, and they come from this is waspy curly tails. And then on the first one you'll be using this one right here, the Pearl Chenille by Simplify. So we can go ahead and put in the B10S.
That's a bigger hook.
The bigger hook, yes. I mean, this is the B10S is used heavily in saltwater for light to medium fish. I mean, redfish, trout.
What size is that?
That's a number 2. So black thread with this one. And we'll start and
You said black thread?
yeah, black thread is fine. Carlton, you use really and truly any color thread on it. I mean, because the only thread that's going to show is really and truly at the head where you're gonna, if you put a little whip finish head on it, then that's it. So we'll go in and we'll make a thread base. Go down and make a thread base. It doesn't have to be really solid. Oops, that one slipped all the way down. And bring it back to halfway between the hook point and the barb. All right, cut off. Now bring your thread back up to about, I don't know, you can go about a hook eye's length, maybe a little closer to the eye. I mean, go from and then make a little bump there, because with the bead chain eyes, I find that without something to kind of hold it in place, they want to slide a little bit. So then take the large set of bead chain eyes. Oh, hold up.
Anybody have pliers to cut them apart?
Well, no, it's all 4.
Oh,
You use all 4 of them.
For sure.
Yeah, they're all cut, so
Yeah. I see that.
you don't have to cut them. But if you want to cut them, I do have a pair of pliers.
No, I'm gonna follow your recipe. So
Ne-
first.
He's just being nice to me, that's all.
It's because he wants another box of those.
Well, sure. If there's no other over there.
All right. So go ahead and lay your bead chain eyes. Kind of, I set it at probably about 4 o'clock, and tie it in with the cross wraps.
So we got 2 sizes of bead chain.
Right, you go with the larger one for these. Wait for everybody to catch up.
How far back from the eye?
I have mine about an eye's length back. Just about an eye's length back, All right, and then come back and do, kind of rotate the bead chain eyes and do your cross wraps.
We got two on one side and two on the other.
That's it, right in the middle. Or you can make them swim in a circle, it kind of look like a dead one or something, you know, kind of a stun. All right,
Retarded fly.
yeah, that's it. So, go ahead and make some cross wraps. And I don't know, I find when, to be careful with is on your, on the bead chain eyes, the little wire that sticks out of the end of them. I don't know, so many times I cut my thread on the little wire that sticks out the end. So I do try to pull the bead chain eye so they're kind of pulled out on the end ones for sure. Let's see. So now after the first set of cross wraps, then the cinch wraps, you know, when you're tying big eyes, you usually go, you know, you go ahead and do your cross wraps, and then you do your figure eight wraps, and then you do your saddle wraps, and then you do the cinch wrap, which goes around just above the hook shank, and it tries to tie them all together. But with this small bead chain, that little bitty piece, by the time you get there, you're really not pulling against anything. So usually I do the cinch wrap right after I get through with when you first put it on, and you know, 6 wraps on each side for your cross wraps. But then I go ahead and do the cinch wrap around. And that's usually when I break my thread. Okay. It'd help if I put my glasses on, I might be able to see too. All right, and then you go ahead and do your figure eight wraps. You know, for this I usually do like 6 of them, and then go from there to the stirrup wraps. Okay. Now, I mean, you can put super glue on it now, or just wait till the end. And then when I wait till the end, I usually just turn it upside down and put the super glue on the bottom and let it soak up. So go ahead and move your thread back to about the hook point. And then let's go ahead and grab the large purple or whatever color you want. There's a mix. Like I say, there's large curly tails and small curly tails, and the small ones are for the SC. So like there's 2 different sizes here. The small one, if you really look at them, there are a big difference in sizes. So start with the purple, and what I do here is I go ahead and just go in and basically push the rubber basically around the hook. Take a couple loose wraps on it and tighten it down. Now I have made it to where I've fished it on the sides and I fished them on the tops, and it seems on the top they don't foul as much. I don't know why, it seems that way, and the action seems to be about the same. So go ahead and tie it all down.
About at that waist in it, huh?
What's that?
In the little narrow part?
Yeah, you tie down the little fat section. Let's see if it'll focus in. You really just tie down the little fat section. Sorry about that. I forgot to say that.
Did you cut those for?
Oh yeah, I mean, I hand stamped every one of these things. I mean, remember the little stuff you used to go in and you put the glue or this little stuff in, and you make little bugs and stuff. You put them in the heat them up and make. Yeah, that's what I did. It took me a long time to make all of these. I promise you.
We appreciate your.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Is that the new standard?
Oh well. If I get through this, we'll be all good. So,
Force the hooks too, so.
well, a friend of mine did that.
Mine don't.
Yeah.
All right, so after you tie it in, bring your thread back to about the hook point. And then grab this. This here is the They call it purple. Chenille, and this is like this is actually extra large, which is 20 millimeter.
That's a real dark one.
Yeah, the real dark one. Well, you can pick, I mean, there should be a real dark one. Is there a real dark one in there, Frank?
Like black and green.
I've got one that's kind
Yeah.
of purple.
No, lay it on the table.
Yeah, that one there.
Let's not
use that.
I'm sorry, I showed you the purple. This is the dark color.
Okay.
Sorry, my mistake, Frank.
Green and black.
Yeah, it's almost green and black. It's I thought it had some purple in it. So go ahead and strip off till the cord.
Make any difference which end?
No, it doesn't. I haven't noticed anything. One of the purple ones that actual crystal chenille, it doesn't seem to be as nice to tie in, or falls apart a little. But go ahead and tie it in, and then bring your thread back all the way to where you're tied at kind of end of the tail. And at that point, we'll bring your thread back to the bead chain eyes. Let it hang there.
So all the way back up to the back end of the bead chain.
Yep.
That's tied in on top, or does it matter? Okay.
It doesn't matter, just as long as you tie in the little cord in. And you tie it back, tie the cord in and back to I guess kind of at the beginning of the tail, at the end of the fat part. All right, guys, now we will go ahead and wrap the chenille and palmer it back. And I think you should have enough lengthwise and you can make it as sparse as you want or as heavy as you want with whatever you rather. But the big thing is to kind of try to get palmer back some. All right, so when you get it up to the back of the bead chain eyes, go ahead and tie it off there. Couple 3 wraps in over the top and 1 in front. And then move your thread to the front of bead chain eyes. And you can clip off the remainder. And then you can just finish up with what little bit of thread around the eye and do either a half hitch or a whip finish.
See why you wanted the 4 eyes now, thickness of that chenille there.
Do we take the chenille that goes over the?
No, you tie it in right behind.
Okay.
Now, I mean, I've tied a few of these with some small lead eyes, And I actually went in front, of course, it's really small chenille in front and tied it off full head. But I mean, basically that's the fly. And like I say, most of the time I'll put the super glue on the underside of the hook right here, and it soaks in well, so it takes care of the.
The ugly little rascal, isn't it? Right.
There you go.
I think the fish will hit it because they're scared.
It might eat the fish first.
Right,
They have to eat it for.
I just want it. This would be a good time to tell you guys that Mr. Twister was invented by my wife's cousin.
There you go.
It surely did. You know, still had word in. It was in Mendon for years and he sold out. And they let him keep the mold. And they only gave him a 5-year non-compete. So 5 years later, he cracked it up again as Toledo tackles.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
He's passed away now in the summer.
So what do you throw this one a 5-weight, 7-weight, something like that?
Oh, I mean, 5 weight, 6 weight, it's fun. I mean, it's not that heavy, you know, and just, huh?
For what you fish for.
Right, yeah, that's true too. And I mean, and just stripping it in, you know, strip paws. And I noticed that if you can tie the B chain even a little closer to the eye, you know, it'll drop, you know, as it's gonna dive. Further back, it just kind of floats down, but with it does dive, and a little bit more action that it dives down. So that takes care of the first one. Now, y'all can do y'all's choice on if you want to tie the smaller hook, which is still a size 2. It's still a size 2. It just happens to be a different style hook. And it's actually a I believe it's SC 15, I think, isn't it?
You say both of these are size 2?
Yeah, both of them are size 2. It's a SC 15 saltwater hook. I tie them in size 4 too. You know, smaller ones, you know. But I mean,
We use the correspondingly smaller.
you'll use the smaller crystal flash. You'll use the smaller bead chain.
Okay.
And like I say, as you see, it doesn't matter very much on the color of the thread. You know, I did notice one I was tying the other day. I was using black thread, and I think it was one of the pink ones, and I didn't wrap it quite as tight. And with the black, it kind of had that lateral line going down like you know, like minnows. It actually had a kind of a lateral line running. You could actually see through it a little bit. So I don't know. I'll have to find out if it works or not. So you can just mix and match your colors on the whatever you feel like going with. We'll go with this.
Chartreuse all the words.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Charlotte.
That's it. So I guess whenever y'all are ready, we can go ahead and put the hook in the vise. Like I say, go ahead and wrap back to about the same point. You know, it's really true. I guess it's really the bend of the hook. Just about the bend of the hook. And then come back forward. And actually it seems to, and when I come back, I usually come back forward, I kind of do a spiral wrap going back, which I think kind of helps when you tie down the curly tail, because I kind of get stuck in between the wraps. I have not had a lost the curly tail. Now I end up they do get shorter and shorter.
Yeah, they'll nip them off.
They'll nip them off, but I mean and I guess until it's gone. But I mean I've had them where I had only had I guess probably a little more than half, and they were still hitting it. It still has movement in it. So go ahead and then make your little ball or dumbbell or whatever just before the eye, I say, and then lay your bead chain. I guess if I put it on it, it's about between 4 and 5 o'clock. Tighten it up and then roll it. Okay. Make your cinch wraps around your cross wraps. And then do your figure 8 wraps. And a few stirrup wraps. All right. And we'll bring the thread back to the point of the hook. Go ahead and grab the curly tail of your choice in the small size. It's a little harder doing it on a smaller hook, but go ahead and here. Make a couple loose wraps. Tie it in. And bring your thread back to the hook point. All right, prepare the chenille to tie in. Tie it in. Move your thread back to the bead chain. And then we'll go ahead and wrap the chenille, palmer it back. Go ahead and tie the chenille back behind the bead chain. Move your thread to the front of the bead chain. And then put a little head on it and then whip finish and you'll be done. Or half hitch, it's fine.
You got the larger hook here. You're going more after the bigger species of the bass and stuff.
Yeah, bass, I mean, and I'm hoping, this next, time for me to Mississippi, I'm gonna actually go see if I can find some redfish. Oops. I got it, okay.
That's what I. So that was kind of what. You.
So, still in the fruit cup, you have, another, of each set up with a couple different, colors. We can go tie them at home. Hopefully you catch fish with them.
Brim.
I believe you could catch brim with them. I haven't tried. I said I haven't done any freshwater fishing with them.
What size is that one that you had just wore out?
But oh, this
You used, yeah, what is that?
it's still a two.
Oh, is it?
It's still a two. I've tied them in. I mean this with the same hook in a
Is this
four.
smaller chenille on there?
Yeah, it's just a small kind of like this one here. You know what I mean, real thin. And it's just a really small chenille. I mean, I say small. It's still medium chenille. You know, the crystal fast chenille is medium.
Electric chicken.
There you go.
Electric chicken.
Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah.
So you said if you put the bead chains closer to the higher hook,
Right.
it sinks them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it still sinks, but it kind of noses down. You know, so, and to me, that seems like when I stop stripping, it goes down. That's normally when they hit. I mean, but that's. I mean, speckled trout. I mean, I guess the biggest speckled trout I caught. Well, I mean, and I fish off mostly off my dock, but I mean, it was almost. It was like 18-inch. So I mean, and it was on actually on the small one like this, and it was in a pink and chartreuse tail. So. Yes, we're done. Yeah, we can stop. We can go ahead and. Guys, everything okay in the YouTube land and Zoom?
We good on this end.
I have to.
And it was on actually on the small one like this.
Give us a
And
fan.
it was in a pink and chartreuse tail.
Can't get much easier than that.
No,
Give us a thumbs up if everything is good or out there in TV. Okay, good. No questions?
Good job.
No, he says no. Okay. All right, we'll stop the recording.
I'm intrigued.
I also.
Flat ball too.
There you go. I mean, I also use, I guess, what is that, the 33, no, 30